Banquet. My name's Ernest Robinson. They got me listed as a broadcast sports personality. If you're not familiar with me, I work for Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's my regular job. But if you have a radio and you're in your car in the morning, you might hear, "Here's your Big DM Sports," or "I'm Ernest Robinson. Good morning, I'm Ernest Robinson with your 103.9 and 93.9 Sports." That's every morning between 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. I appreciate you guys listening to us. And as I try to keep up with all the things you do, it's a pleasure for me to be involved with this particular banquet. I was involved with the girls' high school banquet, and evidently folks were kind enough to ask me to come back, so I guess I did all right then. So I'm going to try to move the program along. We're about 8 minutes behind right now, but I promise you we're going to get out here on time because I believe in getting out on time. Also, I want to tell you something else I do. Most people might realize, some people said, I got my little championship ring on tonight. I serve as the play-by-play voice and have been for the last 35 years of South Carolina State football. If you ever listen to the Bulldogs, I watch the Coach Buddy Pugh Show. I host the Buddy Pugh Show. And as I show off this ring, last year the Bulldogs won a national championship. This year we won 3 games. Tells you what a difference a year makes and how quickly things change. Sometimes you can get too comfortable. You start to believe the hype and think that you're better than what you are, and you realize, and you go back and you look at our championship year, and all the games we won so many games by 1 or 2 points, 3 points. This year it's a totally different story. Same team coming back, but a different story because, again, you have to bring your A game every time. We had a great season this year, but it was a learning process for our kids, and I expect we'll be back next year. So with that, that's enough about me. We're going to continue with the program and bring up Miss V. Renee Franks, who's the Recreation Supervisor of the Richland County Recreation Commission, for the recognition of our guests.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to our nominees and finalists. I have the obligation of introducing some of our distinguished guests. Our first one is Ms. Gresham Barron. She is from the Richland County Council. I saw her, she's here. We also have Ms. Donzetta Lindsay. She is our RCRC Commissioner. We have Ms. Brittany Singleton. She is also one of our RCRC Commissioners. We have Ms. Tamika Williams. She is our interim executive director. I am also looking for Mr. Derek Pugh from the Richland County Council. Here. There you go. All right. We have Ms. Audrey Adams from the Richland County Recreation Foundation Board. We have Dr. Meandre Prince from the Richland County School District 1. We have Mr. Robert Matz from the Richland County School District 1. We thank each one of our guests for being here, and we hope you have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Franks. Right now, we're going to continue with our program and bring up our Vice Chair, Board of Commissioners, the Richland County Recreation Commission, for our welcome, Mrs. Brittany Singleton.
Good evening. Welcome once again to the 2022 Richland County High School Player of the Year Awards Banquet. As you've already heard, I am Brittany Singleton, and I am absolutely honored to serve as a commissioner for the Richland County Recreation Commission. On behalf of the commission, I welcome you to this event with much enthusiasm. The banquet is a highly anticipated and premier event held in your honor. I wish that you could see your beautiful and handsome selves in this room as I look out. You all look amazing. Your star shines bright tonight. We gather at this time of the year as there is much to be thankful for. This event brings together distinguished athletes from 17 Richland County high schools. So many distinguished players and proud parents among us representing South Carolina well. The work you have done thus far, has not been easy, and we want to celebrate your accomplishments on and off the field. I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes about leadership. According to General Douglas MacArthur, a true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent. Tonight, it is evident that I am with leaders. I wish for all of you an overflow of confidence, compassion, and courage. Again, on behalf of Richland County Recreation Commission, we welcome you, and I hope that you enjoy the program that we are able to present this evening. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ms. Singleton. Right now, we're going to bring up Chris Catino, coach. He's the playground safety inspector for the Richland County Recreation Commission, and recognize the voters and how the voting went about for the awards that we'll give out tonight.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. First off, I'd just like to congratulate all you young men on a huge honor of being nominated for your school. Congratulations. My name is Chris Santino. I'm the Playground Safety Inspector here at the Recreation Commission. I have the honor of recognizing the voters along with explaining the process of determining the finalist and the winner. There's 22 voters for this award, 5 media voters and 17 head football coaches who determine the winner and the 5 finalists. RCRC would like to first acknowledge the 17 head coaches. AC Floor, Coach Floyd, who's actually here tonight. Thanks, Coach Floyd. Appreciate your support. Ben Lippin, Coach Weagle, who's also here tonight. Thank you as well. Blythewood, Coach Seidel. C.A. Johnson's Coach Dean. Cardinal Newman's Coach Helms. Columbia High, Coach Bush. Dreer, Coach Jenkins. Dutch Fork, Coach Knotts. Eau Claire, Coach Hilton. Hammond, Coach Wheeler. Heathwood Hall, Coach Lewis. Keenan, Coach McLeod. Lower Richland, Coach Taylor. Richland Northeast, Coach Wilson. Ridgeview, Coach Howard. Spring Valley, Coach Bacon. And Westwood, Coach O'Connell. Thank you all, coaches. RCRC greatly values your support, contribution, and commitment to this award. We would like to next recognize the 5 media voters. Mr. Reggie Anderson at WLTX, Mr. Mike Gillespie at WOLO, Mr. Lou Bajak at the State Newspaper, Mr. Josh Cruz at the Columbia Star, and Mr. Chris Deering, an at-large voter. Thank you all for being a voter. RCRC greatly treasures your support and commitment to this program. I'm now going to go into and explain the process of how this all works. At the beginning of the football season, the head football coach selects their nominee based on some criteria. The nominee, first of all, must be a senior. They must have a minimum GPA of 2.5 in their core classes. They must demonstrate excellence, not just on the field, but moreover, in the classroom and in the community. These are high-character young men that illustrate great sportsmanship, along with being a positive role model for their teammates, classmates, and in the community. So once we receive all the nominees, we receive their name, their number, and their position. Once I receive those, I send that information out to the voters. Now the voters know who to be looking for. Once the regular season is completed, the head football coaches send me their year-end regular season stats on their nominee. Once I receive all those statistics on these 17 nominees, I send them back out to the voters with their statistics. The voters then, in turn, send me their top 5 in order. Within their top 5, there must be a Richland School District 1 player, a Richland School District 2 player, and a SCISA player, which is the private schools. And I should also mention that the coaches are not allowed to vote for their own nominee. So we get in all their ballots, and we use a point system to determine the winner. Again, the voters give us their top 5. A first place vote is worth 5 points. A second place vote is 4. A third place vote is 3. Fourth place vote is 2, and a fifth place vote is 1. So we tally up all the points on all the nominees. The nominee with the highest point total is considered the winner, or determine the winner. The next 4 highest point totals are considered finalists. So we have 5 finalists and 1 winner. So in wrapping up, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the head coaches along with the media voters. RCRC, again, significantly values your involvement and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Now to recognize our sponsors who made this program and made the dinner possible is Ms. Lisa Lewis Hutchinson, who's the Development Manager at Richland County Recreation Commission.
Thank you, Ernest. Just a small correction. It's Lisa Lewis Hutcherson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's quite all right. Good evening, everyone. So happy to have you here today. Today, I'm here to recognize some of my favorite people, which are our oh so gracious sponsors. First, I would like to recognize Mr. Shova from Golden Corral. He is not here this evening, but I would still like for you to give him a round of applause because he provided the meal for this evening. So please give him a hand. With me tonight is Mr. Leverett Williams. Mr. Williams, please stand. He is from Williams Enterprises. He is our title sponsor for this evening. Let us give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. I just want to thank our sponsors for always being dedicated and supporting Richland County Recreation Commission and the Richland County High School Player of the Year. Thank you.
Tell me what you're going to say.
Okay, so next we will have the prayer for our meal, and the prayer will be given by Richland County Council Derek Pugh.
I'm good. Good. So I know we're in front of student athletes. I want you to let you know that growth is very important because some 10 years ago, Ms. Hutchinson would have never asked me to pray over the meal, okay? But with that being said, I would ask that you bow your heads with me as we go before the Lord and thank Him for our meal. God, we like to thank you for the opportunity for us to celebrate and fellowship these wonderful student athletes, coaches and parents who all supported them so hard and diligently during their season. We like to thank you for the teachers. We like to thank you for the principal. We like to thank you for everybody that was involved with these student athletes being successful. Now we ask that you bless the hands that prepared this food and hope that it nourishes our body. And we like to ask all these things through your Son, Christ Jesus. Amen. Amen.
All right, so we're going to do the dinner and video presentation.
What's going on, y'all? This is Anthony Wilson here checking in. Spring Valley alum, class of 2019. I was honored to receive the 2018 Mr. Richland County Award, and I've been blessed to continue my football career playing Division I football here at Georgia Southern University. But I want to give a huge shout out to y'all for all y'all's hard work, dedication, and leadership shown, and for being nominated for such a prestigious award. And I want to encourage y'all to keep up the hard work, keep God first, and never let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. But shout out to y'all.
Our first nominee, AC Flores, number 28, Markel Townsend, running back and linebacker. Markel finished the year with 180 carries for 1,863 rushing yards and 26 touchdowns. On defense, he recorded 33 tackles and 2 sacks. Markel began playing football at age 5 for the Eastover Diamonds and later the Hopkins Packers. One of his fondest football memories include winning the Junior Pee Wee Championship with his cousins and friends. He also remembers winning the Middle School District Football Championship for the Creighton Cavaliers. Some of Markel's greatest influences are his mother, brother, and grandfather. His mother has made countless sacrifices, including working 2 jobs to provide for him and his brother. When Markel is not working out to become a better football player, he enjoys playing video games and hanging out with friends. Markel's future goals are to play in college, major in computer science, and hopefully play in the NFL. Congratulations, Markel.
Up next, from Ben Lippen, number 56, Nathaniel Cole, offensive line, defensive line. Nathaniel graded out 90% with 54 pancakes. He also had 17 tackles, 6 tackles for loss. After watching NFL football for years, Nathaniel began playing football in the 8th grade for Ben Lippen. In addition to football and wrestling, music has been a part of Nathaniel's life for as long as he can remember. Nathaniel plays 5 different instruments in the Ben Lippen's Bluegrass Band. In his free time, Nathaniel enjoys working out, hunting, fishing, and landscaping. Nathaniel plans to play football in college while majoring in exercise, science, and minoring in business. Congratulations, Mr. Nathaniel Cole.
Up next, we have Blythe Woods, number 22, Livingston Wessinger, linebacker. Livingston finished the year with 85 tackles, 2 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 7 QB pressures, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 3 pass breakups. Livingston began playing football at age 5 for the Killian Park Gamecocks. One of his fondest football memories came during his Pop Warner days when his team would run a quarterback wedge up the middle for 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Some of Livingston's greatest influences include his parents and NFL star Cooper Kupp. His parents have taught him to always work hard and give maximum effort. Cooper Kupp is an influence because he had 0 scholarship offers coming out of high school, but eventually became the NFL Offensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl MVP. Outside of football, Livingston enjoys playing baseball, video games, and attempting to navigate the stock market. In the future, Livingston aspires to be a general surgeon. Congratulations, Livingston.
Up next, from C.A. Johnson, number 7, Nigel Leak, running back, linebacker. Nigel had a total of 97 total tackles, 87 solo tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and 1 fumble recovery. Nigel began playing organized football in middle school. His inspirations include his father and grandfather, who taught him the game of football and have been there to support him. In the future, Nigel wants to go to college to play football and study mechanical engineering. Congratulations, Mr. Nigel Lee.
Up next, we have Cardinal Newman's, number 8, AJ Reyes, running back, defensive back, and linebacker. AJ finished the year with 121 carries for 1,291 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns. He also recorded 7 receptions for 158 yards and another 2 touchdowns. On defense, he recorded 7 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown. AJ began playing football at age 5 and has played in many states throughout the U.S., including South Carolina, Alaska, North Dakota, Maryland, and Virginia. One of AJ's fondest football memories came when his team won the youth championship. He remembers the emotions he felt after the game because of how hard he and his team had worked to be named champion. His greatest influences include his parents, who are firm but fair and help to keep him humble. Both parents being members of the Air Force, he has watched them make countless sacrifices for him to be the young man he is today. AJ's hobbies include playing music, working out, and making digital media, creating videos, and taking pictures. In the future, he plans to go on to college and pursue playing football as well as wrestling. Congratulations, AJ.
Up next, from Columbia, number 45, Drayvon Leonard, defensive line. For the year, he has had 46 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, to include 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 1 safety. Drayvon began playing football at the age of 5 in Albany, Georgia. Some of his fondest memories came when he played travel football for the Seahawks. The coaches helped to teach them the fundamentals of the game as well as help them to build character and develop friendships among the young men. Drayvon's greatest influences include Ray Lewis and his mother. He credits his mother as his greatest supporter. In his free time, Drayvon enjoys playing video games and spending time with family. In the future, Drayvon wants to learn about real estate investing. Congratulations, Mr. Drayvon Leonard.
Up next, we have Dreer, number 5, Mekhi Simonson, running back and defensive back. Mekhi finished the year with 46 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions, 5 pass breakups, and 3 touchdowns. Mekhi began playing football his junior year of high school. Mekhi's greatest football memory came that same year when he made his first tackle. His influences include his family who have been there to support him in whatever he does. When Mekhi is not playing football, he enjoys playing basketball. In the future, Mekhi would like to play football in college. Congratulations, Mekhi.
Up next, from Dutch Fork, number 4, Jarvis Green, running back, wide receiver. Mr. Green only played 8 games due to injury. This included 144 carries, totaling 1,261 rushing yards and 21 touchdowns. As a receiver, he made 18 receptions for 245 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Jarvis's greatest influence include his parents, who were both college athletes at Newberry College. They taught him to persevere through good and bad times. When Jarvis is not playing football, he enjoys traveling, playing video games, and spending time with family. In the future, he plans to play football in college, major in sports medicine, and one day become an athletic trainer. Congratulations, Mr. Jarvis Green.
Up next, we have Eau Claire's number 11, Ricky Murray, wide receiver and defensive back. Ricky finished the year with 800 all-purpose yards and 515 receiving yards with 3 touchdowns. On defense, he recorded 36 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles, and 5 pass breakups. Ricky began playing football in the 7th grade at Hayward Gibbs Middle after being inspired by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ricky's fondest football memories include the first game he played at wide receiver and the feeling he had putting on the show that night. One of Ricky's greatest influences is his dad. He's always pushed him to be the best he can be
and has taught him how to face adversity. Ricky also looks up to athletes like Odell Beckham, Tavon Austin, and Nate Robinson. In the future, Ricky aspires to go to college and study mechanical engineering or civil engineering. Congratulations, Ricky.
Up next, from Hammond, number 6, Rucker Branning, linebacker, safety. During the year, he made 56 tackles, 2 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 4 quarterback pressures, 4 pass breakups, 6 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, 2 touchdowns, and 1 block kick. Rucker began playing football in the 3rd grade. One of Rucker's earliest football memories came when he was ejected from a flag football game for tackling. His fondest football memories include winning back-to-back SCISA state championships. Rucker's influences include his father, brother, and coach. His father has taught him to always give his best in everything he does. His brother helped to teach the sport of football as well as valuable life lessons. His coach has taught him that winning in life or in sports is in the preparation. When Rucker is not playing football, he enjoys traveling to see Major League Baseball games. He has also been to all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. In the future, Rucker would like to attend college and make his parents proud. Congratulations, Mr. Rucker Branning.
Up next, we have Heathwood Hall, number 72, John Nagy, offensive lineman. John was graded out at 91%. John grew up in a football-loving family. He began playing football in the 5th grade. One of his fondest football memories is winning the B-Team championship under head coach Marcus Lattimore. John's greatest influences are God, his parents, and his grandparents. He tries his best to reflect God and his trust for him in everything he does. His parents and grandparents have been great role models and have helped to shape him into the young man he is today. When John is not playing football, he loves playing lacrosse, landscaping, and serving in the church on Sundays. In the future, John would like to obtain a master's degree in economics or finance. Congratulations, John.
Up next, from Keenan, number 12, Hernandez O'Neal, quarterback. Hernandez had 141 completions with 2,132 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. He also had 78 carries for 867 yards and 6 touchdowns. Hernandez began playing football at the age of 7 for the Palmetto Bulldogs. Hernandez originally was a defensive player when he started playing football, but was moved to quarterback when his coach realized he had a rocket arm. One of his earliest football memories came when he ran an 80-yard touchdown as an 8-year-old in Wilmington, North Carolina. Hernandez credits his parents and siblings as his greatest influence. Being one and the second oldest of 10 children, he gets motivation from inspiring his siblings. In his free time, he enjoys going to the library and having fun with family. In the future, Hernandez would like to receive scholarship to play on the next level. Congratulations, Mr. Hernandez O'Neal.
Up next, we have Lower Richland, number 2, Makai Cantfield, wide receiver. Makai finished the year with 49 receptions for 754 yards and 6 touchdowns. Makai began playing football the summer of 2013 when the coach of the Trentham Tigers, Mr. Cornelius, saw him at a summer camp and convinced him to play. Makai's fondest football memory came when his team beat the Blythewood Bengals in the Pee Wee Championship, and he recorded over 100 yards receiving and scored 3 touchdowns. He credits his mom as his greatest influence. She has supported his journey in life since day one and has worked to make sure he has the resources to continue getting better as a young man and a football player. When Makai is not playing football, he enjoys working out, hanging with friends, and bugging his mom. In the future, Makai would like to attend a 4-year university and major in engineering. Congratulations, Makai.
Up next, from Richland Northeast, number 2, Avante Grant, running back, defensive back. Avante had 49 carries for 264 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. On defense, he had 18 tackles and 2 interceptions. Avante began playing flag football to make friends and to help to adjust to moving to a new city. Avante credits football with instilling character traits like drive, passion, patience, self-confidence, self-control, and optimism. His goal is to make his mom proud and show her how grateful he is for all of her sacrifices. When Avante is not playing football, he likes to create and see himself as being a businessman in the future. He is also very into sneakers, music, and eating. Avante aspires to be successful and a pillar in his community. Congratulations, Mr. Avante Grant.
Up next, we have Ridgeview's number 65, Shamar McQueen, offensive lineman. Shamar was graded out at 93% with 17 pancake blocks. Shamar began playing football for the recreation department in Conway, South Carolina. One of his fondest football memories came after he begged his coach to let him run the ball, and he scored a touchdown while doing so. Shamar credits his mother, father, brother, and Coach Johnson as his greatest influences. His mother, because of her work ethic. His father, because he pushes him to continue to be better day in and day out. His brother and coach for their football influence. Outside of football, Shamar enjoys working on cars and heavy machinery, as well as computer coding. In the future, Shamar would like to attend college and major in mechanical engineering, and one day start a trucking business. Congratulations, Shamar.
Up next, from Spring Valley, number 5, Evan Javis, running back, linebacker. On offense, Evan had 91 carries for 468 yards with 8 touchdowns. Also 20 receptions, 286 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns. On defense, Evan had 76 total tackles, 2 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles. As long as Evan can remember, he has been around football due to his dad being a coach. He began playing football in 2013 for the Polo Road Raiders. One of Evan's fondest football memories came his sophomore year when he was able to play with his older brother on the varsity team. That year, he scored his first touchdown, and he remembers the moment he and his brother shared after scoring. Evan's greatest influences are his parents. They have done a great job making sure he is prepared for life and that no stage is too bright. In his free time, Evan enjoys watching football and spending time with family. In the future, Evan plans to play football on the next level and one day open a training facility for young athletes to train physically and mentally. Congratulations, Mr. Evan Javis.
Up next, we have Westwood's number 2, Noah Jennings, wide receiver and defensive back. Noah only played 6 games due to injury, but finished the year with 36 receptions for 641 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. On defense, he recorded 23 tackles, 1 interception return for a touchdown, and 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Noah began playing football in the 6th grade. His fondest football memory came when he scored his first touchdown as a youth. Noah's greatest influence include his father and brother who push him to be great. In his free time, Noah enjoys hanging with friends and playing video games. In the future, Noah would like to attend college and one day become an entrepreneur. Congratulations, Noah.
All right, how about a big round of applause for our nominees? Great looking group. So I am charged with moving the program along, and I am going to recognize now our nominees. I have to look and make sure I get the amen from the committee. All right, here we go. Like clockwork, our first nominee. Now, there's 17 nominees altogether. The first 12 are nominees, and you will be acknowledged with a plaque. It's a beautiful plaque that acknowledges the fact that you're a 2022 nominee for the Richland County High School Player of the Year. And the first person to be recognized is from Blythewood High School. Livingston Wessinger, linebacker. Miss Lindsay.
Come on, you guys know how to do it.
Livingston Wessinger. Our next nominee is from C.A. Johnson High School. It's Nigel Leak. Nigel Lee. Our next nominee is from Columbia High School, defensive lineman Drayvon Leonard. Drayvon Leonard. Our next nominee from Dreher High School, running back, defensive back, Makai Samuelson. All right, we'll move on. Our next running back from Eau Claire High School, wide receiver, defensive back, Ricky Murray. Our next nominee from Hammond, Rucker Brannon, linebacker, safety. Rucker Brannon. Our next nominee from Heathwood Hall, John Nagy, center offensive lineman.
Congratulations, John.
John Nagy. Our next nominee from Lower Richland High School, wide receiver, Makai Campfield. Makai Campfield. Our next nominee, Richland Northeast, is Avante Grant, running back, defensive back. All right. Our next nominee from Ridgeview High School, offensive lineman, Shamar McQueen. Those old linemen don't smile, do they? Our next nominee from Spring Valley High School, running back, linebacker, Evan Jingles.
Congrats, Evan.
Evan Javis. And our 12th nominee from Westwood High School, Noah Jennings, wide receiver, defensive back.
Way to go, Noah.
Noah Jennings. All right, folks, those are our 12 nominees. Now we will acknowledge the 5 finalists. And after we acknowledge the 5 finalists, we will continue with our program with our guest speaker introduction and then the guest speaker, and then we will announce our ultimate winner for the Richland County High School Player of the Year. Our first finalist, running back from AC Flora High School, Markel Townsend.
Congrats, Markel.
Our next finalist from Ben Lippen High School, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Nathaniel Coleman. I'm sorry, Nathaniel, it's Cole. Cole. Nathaniel Cole. Our next finalist from Cardinal Newman High School, running back, defensive back, linebacker, AJ Regis. Nothing hanging. We need Chris hanging.
It's all good.
AJ Regis. Our next finalist from Dutch Fort High School, running back, quarterback, wide receiver, Jarvis Green. Jarvis Green. And our final finalist from Keenan High School, Hernandez O'Neill, quarterback. There you have it, folks, our final finalist, Hernandez O'Neill, Keenan High School. And right now we're going to ask you folks to take a seat now, I guess. And Chris, if you would come over and do us the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker for the evening.
Good evening again. All right, it gives me great pleasure to have the honor of introducing our guest speaker, Maurice Kerr. He was born in St. Paul's, North Carolina. Growing up in a military family, he spent time in Germany when he was a child. In addition, he resided in North Carolina and Virginia before his mother was stationed in Columbia, South Carolina. The game of basketball was Maurice's first love. He dreamt about playing for his favorite team, the North Carolina Tar Heels and Dean Smith. His grassroots introduction to the game of football came when he was in the 5th grade. He played for the Fort Belvoir Bulldogs. And Coach Dave, who was one of his greatest coaches he ever had. Maurice was inducted into the Youth Football Hall of Fame in Fairfax County, Virginia. When he first arrived at Richland Northeast, he didn't play football. His sophomore year, he just did basketball and track. Coach Jay Fry knew him as a speed guy from track, so he put out some feelers to different universities to let them know that they were interested. The rest was history. Coach Fry was a tremendous catalyst in Maurice's career. Maurice was a member of the Cavaliers' 2001 track and field state championship team. He was also named the 2001 Gatorade Player of the Year. He won the individual South Carolina State Championships in the 100, 200, and 400 meter dashes. In 2019, Maurice was inducted into the Richland Northeast High School's Athletic Hall of Fame. It was that speed that led Coach Ballard to recruit him to Clemson. He was a 5-star recruit, the 40th best prospect overall in the country. In addition, he was the 5th best, he was a 5-star recruit and the 40th best prospect overall. In addition, he was the 5th best wide receiver in the country and 2nd best player overall in the state of South Carolina. He had scholarship offers from all the blue bloods in college football. He took official visits to Clemson, Georgia, Michigan State, South Carolina, along with his favorite college football team growing up. I'm a Miami Hurricane. It was Florida State. One of the fastest men in college football contributed immediately, playing 11 games as a freshman in 2001. His production increased his junior season with 43 receptions for 560 yards and 4 TDs. As a senior in 2004, he led the team with 61 receptions for 868 yards and 2 touchdowns. In addition, he had an impressive 26.5 yard average on kick returns. He was named to the All-ACC first team that year. He currently ranks in the top 20 in career receptions and receiving yards at Clemson. He finished his career with 137 receptions for 2,025 yards and 10 touchdowns for the Clemson Tigers. While at Clemson, he also ran track. He was a 3-time All-ACC selection, and in his junior season, he won the NCAA Regional East title in the 100-meter dash. He earned his degree in Clemson in the College of Business and Behavioral Sciences. And Reese was drafted by the Chicago Bears in the fourth pick, 140th overall in the 5th round of the 2005 NFL Draft. He played for the Bears for 2 seasons. From 2007 to 2009, he played in the Canadian Football League with both the BC Lions and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Pro football may have not turned out the way he intended. However, today, Reese is giving back to the community that gave him so much through his personal training company. His journey to the NFL and Canadian Football League demonstrates the dedication, perseverance, sacrifice, and commitment it takes to become the best athlete you can be. What separated Reese from everyone else was his work ethic and being a fierce competitor. He was willing to outwork everyone, each and every day, a trait instilled to him by his mother at a very early age. Reese keeps it 100. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. The message he wants y'all student athletes to understand that is if your goal is to get to the next level, your work ethic must match it. Your work ethic must match your dream. You can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. You must keep it real with yourself and understand your body. In addition, the importance of an education and applying yourselves in the classroom. You have to consider life after football, guys. In concluding, while many successful athletes have come and gone through the years, there are a few that make a lasting impression, not only for what they did on the field, but what they do off the field as well. Reese is one of those athletes. Anyone who talks to him for a couple minutes can sense how special a person he truly is. Regardless of what it looks like or how hard things got, he always found a way to win. Athletics taught him that you must be able to follow before you can lead. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present this plaque as a token of appreciation and introduce our guest speaker for the 2022 Mr. Richland County High School Player of the Year Award for football, the speed guru and the route running technician, Mr. Reese Kirk.
Good evening. Wow. I appreciate the introduction, Chris. It was amazing. Congratulations to you, young man, for this opportunity. Just all the hard work. Your high school chapter is coming to a close. I would like to share some words to help inspire and encourage you to continue to keep striving to be the great man that you are destined to be. So I want to talk to you about hard work, consistency, eliminating distractions, networking, business in sports, learning from mistakes or losses, your why, gratitude, integrity, and success. First, hard work. Your hard work has been fueled by your love for the game and the willingness to compete. That is what made it possible for you to be sitting right here in these seats tonight, with the hopes of receiving tonight's Richland County High School Player of the Year Award. Let us all take a moment to applaud these young men. I want to congratulate you all. It is now time for you to take that hard level work to another level. As you all know, there's levels to this, and your hard work at the next level will be determined by how much you truly love this game of football. Get familiar with whatever standard conditioning test you have to complete upon your arrival in the fall. I know some of y'all haven't made y'all decision yet, but for y'all that do know, do a show of hand, how many of y'all know what your standard conditioning test is? Y'all don't know? Well, I'll give you an example and tell you what mine was when I got to Clemson. I had to run 18 110s, 13 second pace, 30 seconds rest. That was the first test. 300-yard shuttle. I can't remember what the time was, but I just remember the old guys, like, hey, young guys, y'all might want to slow down. The third test was complete a 12-minute run. So you had 1.5 miles to make it under 12 minutes. That was my standard conditioning test upon arrival at Clemson, fall of 2001. So I encourage y'all, the ones that will go on to play at the next level, go ahead and figure that out now. So if you're not there, I encourage y'all to keep putting in work. Don't be discouraged, fellas. Don't be discouraged. If you need help, I'll help you out. Because I say all this because at the next level, you have to love 5 a.m. workouts. You have to love mat drills. You have to love watching hours of film. You have to love 22 period practices. That equates to about 2.5 hours of intense practice at the next level. You have to love the grind that comes with playing football at the next level. Do not get complacent. Stay hungry. I can't stress that enough. Stay hungry. No one is going to baby you at the next level. No one is going to baby you. Give it your all. Be ferocious. And if you want it, go out there and take it. Second, be consistent. Consistency is the key to success. Before anyone else can believe in you, you must first believe in yourself. Trust the process and enjoy the journey. Third, eliminate all distractions and have tunnel vision. Your main focus needs to be on being devoted to being the best student athlete you can possibly be. When you say distractions, what does this look like? That could be girls. That could be wanting to party. Just to give you an example, my freshman year, I remember the first week of school, we were already there. We had to report in August, but the first week of school, biology, we had exams. He told us it was on a Monday. He told us, hey, we're going to have an exam Friday. Well, I chose not to study. I chose because I was a pretty good student coming up in high school. I graduated high school with a cumulative of 387. So it just came natural to me. But I chose not to study because I just felt like that information would just come to me. I wanted to go party instead. Decided to study that Thursday. Went to the library, cracked that book, looked at that information, gave it about 2 hours, and closed the book. I was like, hey, it's gonna make it do what it do. Showed up that next day at the exam, looked at the information on the exam, and realized all those 2 hours of work and studying I did the night before, I didn't notice anything. So I just abracadabra the rest of that, no speaking questions. I immediately walked out of that classroom and went to my academic advisor and told Cheech, his name was Cheech. I said, hey Cheech, I need to drop that class. I wasn't playing on that, I need to get out of that class. He said, no, just give it a minute, we'll wait to see what the results are. Come back Monday, the boy made a 25 on that test. And no coming back from the 25s in college. I promise you that, y'all. It's too much information. It's information overload. So whenever you get that opportunity, your professor, hey, we have an exam coming up. Go ahead and start that day. Go ahead and start preparing that day because it's multiple exams in the same week. And it's just too much information to just gather all at one time. Make sure you're getting adequate rest. Don't be up late night. Turning up, chasing tail, wee hours in the morning. We know how it go. Ain't nobody naive in this room. I've been there and done that, fellas. Been there and done that. However, if you do decide to take that route, like myself and a lot of other people I know who were successful, don't let it be a distraction. Because them 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. workouts, they come around quick. So if that's something you're gonna do, don't let that distract you. Choices have consequences. Get your behind up and get your butt there to workouts. I remember another story. We decided we wanted to go out during the spring. No, it wasn't spring, it was winter, mat drill time. We hung out all night. If any of y'all familiar with Clemson, Tiger Town, we just bar crawled, bar hop from bar to bar, hung out all night. Before we looked down, it was 3:30 in the morning. We had 5 a.m. workouts. We all collectively made the decision, hey, ain't no going to sleep tonight, fellas. We just showed right up to the field. Like, it is what it is. We done did it, so hey, we might as well live with it. The whole time, Coach Bowdy, he want to talk to me, we run away from him because we smell like alcohol. I'm not encouraging y'all to do any of those things. I'm just saying, eliminate those distractions. Don't let experience be the best teacher. Learn from my experiences, because in the end, that catches up to your body. Your body needs rest in order to be able to perform for those 5 a.m. workouts and be able to sit in classroom all day from 8 to 3 and then sit in meetings for a whole nother hour and then go out there and practice for 2.5 hours. Eventually it catches up to you, young man. So time management is extremely critical when it comes to putting yourself in the best position possible to be successful on and off the football field. 4, network. Your network is your net worth. I wish somebody would have told me at that age you are at right now, sitting in these seats at this very moment, when I was your age. You will come into contact with a lot of affluent people at your university. People with a lot of dope ideas or are doing things you may be interested in outside of playing football. Surround yourself with successful people and people that are smarter than you. Play the game. At the end of the day, these individuals want to say, oh, I know him. Oh, Aries Curry took a picture with my son. Figure out how you can benefit from those moments. It's great for y'all now. Y'all got the NIL. I mean, those are things that I wrote about in papers as a freshman when I was a freshman about us receiving stipends because we don't have any time to work or work a job to earn extra money or anything like that so we can put money in our pocket. So take advantage of those moments if they present themselves. You have not because you ask not. A closed mouth does not get fed. Network, network, and network some more. 5th, this is a business. For those that will be fortunate enough to go on to the next level, college football is big business. Do not take anything personally. These college coaches are paid well to win football games, fellas. And if they're not winning games, that means their job is on the line. Therefore, they're going to play whoever they feel that will put them in the best position possible to win games. All that whining to mom and dad about, or whomever it may be, about playing time, or I'm not getting the ball, is out the door. Out the door. Every time you set foot on that football field, you better clock in. You better clock in. Approach the next 4 to 5 years as if it's a job. The job will consist of you being on time for practices and meetings, being on time and present at class, attending study hall, doing interviews, signing autographs, and doing whatever else you can do to set yourself apart from the rest of the pack. Scholarships are year to year. The ones that do their jobs the best will be the ones playing on Saturday. I remember a story, my sophomore year, spring of my sophomore year, we talked about Coach Sweeney. He came in spring of my sophomore year, and y'all may not be familiar, but we had a guy by the name of Derek Hampton. He was a stud. He was a guy who played wide receiver with myself. Yes, the noodle is what we called him. Derek was being a guy, ego, you know how it goes. Hey, I'm that guy. I don't want to practice today. I don't feel like practicing. So Coach Sweeney put him on practice squad. This is a guy that got drafted in the 3rd round to play for the San Francisco 49ers. Everybody looking at Coach Sweeney like, man, he put D-Ham on practice squad. But from that point, it set the tone. It set the tone. The playing field was even, meaning you hit that field, you better clock in. I don't care about what you did the day before. I don't care about what you did last game. I don't care about what you did last year. Each and every day, you go to work. Your successful play on the field will benefit whatever college or university you decide to attend in the fall. Be sure to use the program. Be sure to use that program as well to benefit yourself. It's business, not personal. 6, learn. Do not dwell on your mistakes or losses. Learn from them and let that be motivation to get better. I always like to reflect on my life experiences to help y'all out. Georgia, my sophomore year, we went in to UGA Athens, Georgia, to play in between the hedges. Georgia was ranked number 8 in the AP polls, 12th in the ESPN poll. I remember getting a call or something just for lack of what the formation call was, deuce right, Z, post, which was me, tag. I played flank, I played to the field. DBs lined up 10 yards deep. I closed the cushion on him so quick he didn't know what happened to him. I stuck him to the outside, he flipped his hip, shot right by him. Willie Simmons, the quarterback at the time, was the head coach at FAMU now. He let it go. 60-yard bomb. And I just remember running. I'm running so fast, my eyes can't adjust. I just remember the ball just looking like this. I'm like, oh man, this ain't no good. Ball hits my hands, I drop it. I lay out to try to potentially catch it a second time, but it didn't happen. I remember jogging to the sideline, feeling disappointed, looking at the disappointment on my coach, on my wide receivers coach face at the time, Coach Stockstill and Rod Garner, former player. It was just this disgusted look on their face. I was disappointed in myself, but I remember we lost that game, 31-28. I would have walked in for that touchdown, because I had to beat bad. So I know they say that it's not one player, there's no I in team, but I took that person. I remember seeing that article in the newspaper clipping of me dropping that football. I cut that article out and I hung it on my bedroom wall in my apartment as motivation what not to do the next time. My junior year, I didn't drop one ball, including practice, not one. I let it motivate me and I got better. 7, understand your why. Why do you play this game? What are you looking to gain from it? Once your understanding of your why is clear, develop a level of discipline and structure that correlates with your why. Set goals, have a plan, write what that looks down and make it plain. 8, gratitude. Always be thankful. Embrace and understand everything. Every win, every loss, every struggle, every celebration. Don't take it for granted. Those moments will not last forever, but will remain with you for the rest of your life. Approach each opportunity like it's your last, because you never know when it's going to be your last time. A perfect example of that is my 2-year career with the Chicago Bears. You couldn't have paid me $1 million to tell me that I would be over and done playing football in the NFL, which was a childhood dream come true in 2 years. I just knew I would play at least 10 years in the league and make it to my second contract, but that didn't happen. So, take each opportunity like it's your last. Take full advantage of it, fellas. 9, be men of integrity. Treat others how you want to be treated. Having good character goes a long way. Allows doors to open or help to be issued when phone calls are made on your behalf. Don't burn any bridges, fellas. I have coaches that I know that I played with that are now coaching at the collegiate level, and coaches that I played for that I can still call on to this day because I acted in integrity and I had good character. Another example of that is I got into a car wreck. I believe that was my junior year. I was driving a 1985 box Chevy Caprice Classic. And I let my insurance lapse, y'all, because the insurance was worth more than the car and I wasn't going for it. I was like, I'm not paying that insurance. So I let the insurance lapse. Yeah, that's some young stuff mentality. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all do some silly stuff right now, I know. But anyways, I'm driving home to my apartment and I'm paying attention to the left. There's a truck in front of me and I thought that truck moved, and so I proceeded to go forward. Run right into the back of that pickup truck. Nothing happened to his truck, so I'm pleading with Buddy, like, hey, just, I messed my passenger side headlight up. I'm like, man, if you just go, hey, I don't have no issues, I'll get this fixed. He wasn't going for it because he was driving a company truck. So the police, Columbia PD showed up, and once he got there, he recognized who I was, had never been in any trouble or anything like that. He called Billy DeAndre. Billy DeAndre was the assistant athletic director at that time, so the police officer, he didn't arrest me because I should have went to jail. He didn't arrest me or anything. He didn't put me in his car. He had Billy D drive me home. He just wouldn't allow me to drive my own vehicle home. So, character, fellas, integrity. Hold on to that. The type of respect you receive will be determined by how you carry yourself on and off the field. You'll have to earn the respect of your teammates. Do whatever you need to do to make them respect you and what you stand for. And lastly, I want to leave you with this. Success. Luke 12:48 says, to whom much is given, much is required. You all have been blessed with amazing talents. How many people will you bless with those talents? This is how you want to measure your success. Don't measure success by the amount of money you make or how many awards you win. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I maximizing the gifts and talents that God has blessed me with? Are they only blessing me, or are they also blessing others? If you can answer these two questions each and every day, that's the true measure of success. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. I wish y'all all much success in whatever you choose to do in life. Keep going hard. Don't straddle the fence. There's no black and white. From in, I'm in. From not, I'm not. Whatever you decide to do, your parents will love you. I promise you they'll love you. Good night.
How about another round of applause for our guest speaker, Eric Curry. Great job. I was disappointed when we stopped. All right, so now we're going to bring up Miss Elisa Lewis Hutcherson and Miss Donzella Lindsay for the announcement of tonight's winners.
Before we make the announcement of the winner, we would like to congratulate all of the nominees for your hard work and dedication on and off the field. We want you and wish you much success in your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lindsay. All right. Y'all ready?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Are y'all ready?
Yeah!
Okay. All right. Drum roll, please. All right. And the winner of the 2022 Richland County High School Player of the Year is from AC Flora, Markel Townsend. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mark.
Good story, Mom. Now to close our program, we're going to ask Mrs. Tamika Williams, Deputy Director, Active Executive Director of Richland County Recreation Commission, with some closing remarks.
Let's give everyone a round of applause again. Congratulations. Congratulations to the winner. And hopefully that tonight you guys have been inspired, and hopefully that it was something that Mr. Curry said that has stuck with you, and that you will implement that in your daily lives and in your experience going forward. In closing remarks, I'm not going to be for you long. I would like to thank, again, let's give a round of applause for the parents. Because they had your back. Give them a round of applause for all the support that they give you. And I would like to say thank you, staff, for putting on this event, putting on this program. Every year it gets better and better and better. I would like to thank our sponsors, thank our MC, and we would like to thank all of our guests and our constituents from the council. Again, we appreciate you, and I'm just excited. This has been a wonderful, wonderful program. And again, I want to say happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully you have a happy new year. Hopefully you're full tonight. And again, Thank you for participating, coming out tonight, and we appreciate you. Again, thank you to my staff, and thank you to everyone for coming. Thank you.